Hello again. Today I'm going to talk to you about actually the only photo book I ever created, and I kind of had to create it as a part of my undergraduate degree. Photography is just a hobby for me, but I decided to do a bachelor when I was doing my PhD in around, I don't know, I think I started around 2010 or I don't know, and or 2009 when I was in UK, and it took me around a decade to do it because it was a part-time remote bachelor, and I was taking it very very slow, and I was enjoying the process actually. And as a final year project, we have to do like some exhibitions and books, and I think it's also like kind of learning this how these things are done, and that resulted in a book called, I hope you can see, uh, Left Behind, and it has to do about abandoned objects and rubbish and some untold stories these objects have. And because that was like more interesting to me. That's, I don't know, I think most people will not appreciate this kind of photos, but at the end of the day we should do what makes us happy. And I have to change view now because I thought it would be really showing like that. It wouldn't work. So I change the view, and I will go through you with you through the book, and then I'll come back to you. So see you in a few, and I'll see you from this view, and then I'll see you again in a few minutes. This is the first page, and the only page contain text, and it says left behind. People abandoned objects in public spaces. I found a resonance with these objects. I try to speculate on their hidden and untold story. How they have arrived there. Have they been abandoned or lost? Who left them and why? There is a poignant beauty in those objects. It's a beauty of imperfection, of reality, of life as it happens. That's a summary of maybe of what my photography is like, to try to find the beauty in lost, abandoned objects. And although it's years since I created this book, this is the most like, I think you can see this pattern also in my other videos. It's like, there's something, the element of surprise of objects lost, or why they have been there, or what happened to them. And I think this is I find quite interesting. And then let's go to the photos. I will try to give you some information as what I remember for every photo and everything. So this was like close to my house, and there is like below its photo. It was a suggestion of my tutor, just to make it a little more interesting, to add the street and to add the time the photo was taken. So this was like a piece of cloth on street sign, name. Here there are some objects, which makes something interesting in my eyes. Again, some clothes here on a kind of a window of a house. Here we have like, it was windy, and I don't know, for a split of a second I managed to catch this photo of the light flying up. Here we have some plates on the top of a rubbish bin. Here some shoes. Some candles between an area of rubbish. They used to have like some, like in the middle, I don't know, some squares for specific for rubbish, and they have like containers for general rubbish or for recycling, and people tend to drop items there. This is like carpet, if I'm saying the correct English word. Upside down mask. Actually, it's a piece of you can see the mask, but it's like a leaflet of something. But I think it makes an interesting story, and the placement of the grass kind of here is interesting. This is like a billboard, but it's like a big poster on the street, advertising the German cars. And I think this is reference on like older photography when they tend to photograph billboards. And this is like a pig. It reminds me, I don't know why. It's the same like mouth and ears. Of course no, but it was giving me this reference and I was keep thinking about it. Here is like a piece of art somebody created and left it on the rubbish. And it's interesting, like a photo, you can consider it as a piece of art, and so a photo of a piece of art become another piece of art. Again, it's like you can see the rubbish bins here. A cup, which is like placed on the top of, I don't know how this is called in English. But I think it creates an interesting photo. The houses are out of focus. And this is focused, and the color pattern is similar. Maybe here and here and here and here. I think it creates an interesting image. Then there it's like a banal thing, nothing special. But I think the colors create an interesting one effect. Here you have like the juxtaposition of the snow and the warm cloth placed on the top of a like a letterbox. And the sticker makes also some interesting, the hearts, the yellow and the red. Here some cups and plates placed again in the rubbish area, and they are placed on this place and like they isolated of the environment, and some broken glasses here. And again there is an interesting story. why they're there, who placed them, have somebody collect them later. A vacuum cleaner. I like that you can see like it's the tape here and the droplets of the rain. Again in the rubbish area between them. And here it's like we have like this out of focus area. This is he sitting here, and we wonder why this is there, what happened to the baby, is it safe or something like that. Of course it's like Germany, and so it shouldn't happen something bad to the baby because it was not something in a war zone or something like that. But still it makes you think what happened there. Possibly there is some, I don't remember now, but some rubbish area around, or which is not present on the photo. The purple here, and I quite like how it works again here. We have the line. So it's like a carry that's broken, and we have this part here. And it's like this stand out really well. And maybe it's an interesting use of, it would be a totally different photo if it was black and white. Here we didn't do it. A child like t-shirt sitting there, and you wonder why it is placed there, what happened to the kids, what we haven't done. And if they haven't done nothing, why that's there? It's like saying, yes, we did it. Teddy bear here, and the cup here. It's small. You can see like this is a part of a cigarette, so you can see how small it is. But this is standing and everything is broken, and you wonder why. A needle and a broken mirror. Maybe it's not for drugs, it's for medication or nothing illegal, or to measure something for food, or. But again, it's an interesting story here, in my opinion. I think I was scared to approach it and take photos sometimes. This is the yellow photo, like comes this way. Then it's a bright red thing of a cooking tool, saucepan, how it's called. Why I find always describing, I don't know why I keep confuse myself with some English words, but you can see it's like this area. Why it's doing there? It shouldn't be here. It shouldn't be in the kitchen, or why it's on the floor. Irons. Why somebody plays 3-4 irons, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the rubbish together? Why they keep them for so long? It makes you think this way. This cat, I love this one photo. Somebody put like a black cat on their garden, like it's a piece of art. It's sweet. It's not perfect, but it's interesting. And again, with all the environment, it makes an interesting, in my opinion, photo. Sometimes I see photos like that, from other photographers, and it was interesting to how the rabbits are placed there, and they're creating a story why it's there. I think this is one of the most interesting photos. There is like a number of a phone written on a banana, and some books left there. So it's a weird it's a weird scene. I think I remember that I was. It's quite impressive how memory works, and I remember that I was walking back from home and was carrying some shopping, and I have to drop the shopping down and take this photo because I couldn't say no. I was so excited when I saw this story because there is a story. Why somebody has done that? I don't know. And then because this photo, I think maybe they're close. Somebody put these numbers on the book, and then they left the book on the floor, which is extremely weird. This is the cover of the photo. Again, I think for me, there is so much beauty in this photo. Okay, there is a reference, famous photo of a tricycle, a famous photographer, and the possibly old black and white TV, or no, maybe color. But again, for me, they placed, and this is the house, which is not related to the architecture of where I'm living at the moment. So everything is more interesting when it is strange and different. But why this is placed there? Why someone has done that? I don't know. And it creates an interesting story. And I think that's all. So I'll come back to you now to close this. Hello again. I hope you enjoyed what you have seen from the other point of view, and that you like some of these photos and you find something interesting on them. I will show you also some other. I mean, this was a part of, as I said, the part of a final year project, and actually I created a smaller version of it, and it's this, and same photos but smaller, kind of a soft book if the other is a hard book. And I was printing this online, and then I also printed a magazine, like a zine. Again, same things, but no text on this one. I mean, below the photos. So this was like a part of the exhibitions. I did 2 exhibitions. One, it's funny because the first one I kind of tried to organize. It was in a library, and I didn't advertise anything because I don't know, because it's me. And then only one lady came on the opening, and she actually invited me to the second exhibition, which was like in a more like a small community thing. And it was like, I don't know, 30 people came, so it was interesting. But at the time, for me, my dad was in the hospital back in Greece, and I was in Germany, so it didn't feel perfect. But and I had to speak to these people, and public speaking makes me stressed. But at the time, it felt natural. And some people buy also the photos. And actually, for the second exhibition, some extra prints came out because there was some budgets, and the lady told me I can either give you like X euros or you can buy some photos. And I thought, let's print, and some people buy them. And I had also the time, I tried to cover some things. I have create some business cards, I don't know, and also like some postcards. And also, I think I wasted a lot of money actually. And then also printed like a newspaper, because I think as a part of the projects I have to I have to create different formats, and I don't really remember because it's a long time ago. But it was, I think I learned how to print the paper if I go online, and everything is like in small numbers online. And I don't know, maybe if the channel will become bigger at some point, maybe I can start create some zines, or if people want to buy them. But at the moment, it's so small that there's no point putting the energy and the effort. But maybe in the future, I can put some design. And the other thing is like it's quite important for us, even if nobody else see them, to have our photos printed. And I have the printers to print them in smaller or bigger pieces, but it's quite also important to have them like how can I say, to have them in a format of book, because going back to the photos and all the memories that the book can bring, it's quite interesting. And we will not, I mean, we take all these digital photos, but how often do we actually sit down and browse them? And I seldom do that. So we take the photo and then forget about that. And there's a difference between these times and the film era, when people have the albums and saw them friends through the albums, and actually there was a different connection between humans. I mean, not between yeah, actually between people, because now with social media we spend seconds in images, and you know, the photography doesn't have the same value maybe. And actually it is an item, and these remind me of the process. And if I just have them in an online gallery, maybe the site would have been dead, deleted, removed. But these ones will stay. I don't know. Yeah, I spoke a little more than I was expecting, but I hope you like it. And I hope the channel will grow, and in the future I will be able, and it will be like worth it to create some magazines, so if people will be interested to buy them. But yeah, this is at the moment. I don't think it's happening for the next few years or months or whatever. Thanks. I really appreciate that you're here and watching my videos and motivate me to keep going and keep creating. Have a good day. Bye.